Yeah, it was.
How are we feeling about hanging out here and doing maybe a little bit of a game show?
I would love to.
That sounds great.
I'm on team do quizzes.
Quizzes would rule.
Actually, perhaps?
Oh, yes, I saw this one in the hopper earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm scared.
Sitting up.
Yeah.
Explain the rules.
I was going to say, is there anybody who's not familiar with them, actually?
I don't think I am.
So the premise of this is I am going to read you out a fact, and that fact is going to have something in it that is incorrect.
You've ruined the internet.
Yeah. So your job is to correct me. So
By buzzing in with
buzzing in.
actually.
Well, by buzzing in by.
Pokemon rules?
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
Just to hear a name and then.
I was gonna do a name and then I'm actually,
Sure.
but just starting with I'm actually might be better.
Yeah.
Because then we don't have to deal with people forgetting it.
Sure.
Yep.
So, buzz in by saying I'm actually. You can buzz in before I finish speaking. At any point, as soon as you spot the thing that's wrong, you can buzz in.
Okay.
And you're gonna keep track of your own points because I'm lazy.
Oops. Sorry.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
And for clarity, this is the I'm actually put together by Duck Ace based on the information we gave them yesterday.
So they're all Final Fantasy 14?
Every single one of them, yeah.
Okay, great.
So, starting
Good luck.
with the first question here. The Halloween series has been going on for so long that there are now 5 different timelines for it.
Actually,
Mikey, what do you got?
there are 4 different timelines for it.
Incorrect.
Oh!
It seems that there are 5 different timelines for it. Again, I'm trusting Duck Ace. I didn't put this together, but that's not the thing that's here. The first is the Laurie Strode timeline that follows Jamie Lee Curtis's character and encompasses Halloween 1, 2, H2O, and Resurrection. The Jamie Lloyd era timeline that uses 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and The Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
The Rob Zombie reboot and sequel are put into their own timeline. In 2018, a sequel to the original, also called Halloween, was created and had 2
You
follow-ups.
can't call it. Sorry.
I agree that that's
Not a separate timeline if it's the original character?
Yeah.
Also, I probably want to cover up chat.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
right.
where's Season of the Witch in this?
Yeah, did you say 3?
Not yet. And the third Halloween movie has nothing to do with Michael Myers and instead follows a female serial killer using urban legends as the basis for her kills. So it's put in its own bubble.
I agree with that. I'm having trouble with the Laurie Strode has 2 timelines.
There's Laurie Strode and Jamie Lloyd are those 2 eras. But there's nothing wrong with either of those 2 eras. I'll give you that hint right now.
I don't know. I'm not a Halloween
Yeah.
person.
I know nothing at all about
I
this
don't know how we got Halloween in here.
Yeah.
I guess it's
actually-
Horror movies.
the bubble is connected to one of the other timelines.
No, but you are correct that the issue is with the bubble in the third Halloween there.
Actually, there are multiple films within the bubble.
Can I actually the question?
That's the whole.
No.
the-
I think I'm going to shortcut this one because I don't feel like we have a lot of strong Halloween knowledge
No.
here. What it said here was the third Halloween movie has nothing to do with Michael Myers and instead follows a female serial killer using urban legends as the basis for her kills.
Yeah, that's not.
Oh, it's an evil toy company.
It's a cursed videotape or something.
Yeah. Well, it's they send the curse out over the airwaves when the kids are watching it and they get addicted and then their head turns into a pumpkin.
Actually.
Oh yeah, Jordan, what's up?
Yeah, I completely wasn't even listening. So, she is related to Michael Myers, isn't she like his daughter?
No.
Oh,
That's
right.
actually what these two just said.
actually-
but with
Take it away, Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween 3 apparently follows a doctor trying to solve the murder of a patient, and turns out it was an evil toy company harnessing Stonehenge magic.
Yep.
Right on.
That old trope.
This was because Halloween was supposed to be an anthology series, but Mike Myers was too big of a draw, so they abandoned it.
Yep.
I'm just describing the plot to the movie Urban Legends. Which, now that I think about it, yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Question the second. In Ratatouille, the titular dish is made only at the end of the movie and is a traditional recipe.
Actually,
Yes?
it is not a traditional ratatouille. Because a traditional ratatouille is more stewed and not stacked.
Yes.
While that may be correct, that is not the correction that I have here, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
In order to ensure that the food could be animated in a way that made it look good, Thomas Keller allowed the producer to intern at the French Laundry. The animators also let food rot to make sure the compost pile at the start of the film was more accurate. I would be genuinely impressed if people could get this.
Actually, he didn't intern at the laundry. He interned at. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but I know it's not the laundry.
You know, Thomas Keller is the French Laundry, though.
Yeah, you're close.
Is it
But
not Thomas Keller?
I know I watched the behind the scenes featurette that talks about this, but that was 15 years ago.
Actually, it was
Laundry.
Tom Colicchio.
That would be amazing.
Actually, it wasn't an internship. It was a paid position.
Incorrect, but closer. It is Thomas Keller. It is the French Laundry. I'm going to read that middle sentence again. In order to ensure that food could be animated in a way that made it look good, Thomas Keller allowed the producer to intern at the French Laundry.
So the producer.
Actually,
Yeah, Jordan.
it was the animators who interned, not the producer.
Incorrect.
Actually, it was. Nope, that was Jordan, you got there with the actually first, but I got nothing.
You're all quite close, but it is that the ratatouille shown in the film is based specifically off one created by Thomas Keller himself. It is not the producer interning at the French Laundry.
Can I throw in a fun chef fact?
Yeah.
The food on Hannibal was designed by Tom Colicchio. They actually were like, make human food look good.
I dated someone who was who is still a vegetarian, but was offered the ability to go in when they were filming Hannibal and eat the food because they didn't want it to go to waste.
Yeah.
And it was the one time they've ever eaten meat.
Fair.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got myself because question 3 is one that I would have absolutely nailed from space.
Okay.
But it's another movie question. Russian Ark is a 2002 movie that contains an 87-minute long one-shot as the narrator wanders around the Kremlin with the European, who is based off an 18th century French count. The two see various historical Russian figures and points in the country's history. However, the story weaves in and out of time.
Actually, it's 91 minutes.
Yeah,
Incorrect. It's 87. You're close though. If I recall correctly, they only had capacity for 89, so they would not have been able to film past that anyways because it was all done digitally in one take. So that is the correct runtime.
Actually, it wasn't in black and white.
Wait, did it say black and white?
Didn't say anything about black and white, but the film.
Because
is
you're
in color.
correct, it is colored.
Yes. And it's a wonderful film. If you haven't seen it, it's fantastic, and it's genuinely kind of a towering achievement that
The
they
problem
managed.
is I haven't seen it since 2000.
2? Yeah.
Actually, this is an unlicensed Time Boys spin-off.
Incorrect. This is a real movie. This is 100% a real movie that I love. Let me give you again real quick. Russian Ark is a 2002 movie that contains an 87-minute long one-shot as the narrator wanders around the Kremlin with the European, who's based off an 18th century French count.
actually, it was a 2001 movie.
Incorrect. It was 2002. Dan?
It's not the Kremlin. It's a palace.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it to Dan unless somebody else can name the
Actually,
palace.
it's a palace.
No,
Actually, it's the Winter
Actually, it's
Palace.
not the Kremlin.
it's not the Kremlin. Can anybody else name the palace?
Actually, it's the Winter Palace.
Unless that's another name for this one, I don't know.
Actually, it's the Bucky Barnes Palace.
Yeah, it is the Hermitage.
No,
The
different.
circular.
Yeah. Okay.
I love this movie, so I would have nailed that one. I think we got one more question here. Let's see here. This one. Okay. Last movie question here. Steven Spielberg's directorial debut goes back to 1971's Duel. Since then, he has directed several blockbusters, such as Jaws,
Actually, His directorial debut was the pilot of Columbo.
While that may be correct, that's not the one.
I keep getting them wrong.
Yeah.
Keep getting right. I don't know what to do.
Perhaps this means film directorial debut.
Fair enough.
Since then, he has directed several blockbusters such as Jaws, all of the Indiana Jones movies, historical movies like Lincoln, and even animated films like The Adventure of Tintin and 2016's BFG.
Actually, he was a producer on Tintin, not the director.
He's director of one of them.
While that may be correct, I'm going to have to check with my own personal Brian David Gilbert here in the fact checker booth.
Wait, he never directed his, right? Because Peter Jackson made his, and Spielberg never made the
That's
second one?
not. That's not the. That's not.
Okay,
that's not the thing that's wrong here.
Actually, he didn't direct the 5th Indiana Jones movie.
What's the 5th one called?
Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny.
That is correct, right?
Hey.
Spielberg did not direct the latest Indiana Jones movie, Indiana
about that
Jones and
one.
the Dial of Destiny.
We all forgot.
He was going to, but had to back out of the project.
Interesting.
There we go. Quick little movie quiz for everybody.
Spielberg did direct Tintin, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Huh. Yeah, I think I remember
Was
that.
it Peter Jackson that didn't direct his? Because they were both going to make a
Mark that is
movie.
complete.
Those are fun.
Yeah, I like doing quizzes
basically
and questions and
banked
stuff
on
like
the fact
that. It's
that-
always a little tricky because it depends, especially for like movies and games, on whether or not we've
Yeah.
seen it or have any recognition of it.
Like, I
Like,
maybe,
for
given
most-
time.
for most of his for most
By
of his
about the
animation,
second-
Spielberg has produced
for-
but not directed.
For the second question, I checked out because I
He's
was like, I'm not
produced
going to
a ton
know
of
this.
animation.
For
Yeah,
actuallys, it might be nice to have the text on the screen so we can go
These-
back to them.
They're-
But
We talked about that with
Yeah.
engineering, but they were quite text heavy, and both engineering and myself thought it'd be easier to just read it out.
Entirely fair.
Yeah.